Today we are diving into the buzz around a new open source language model, DeepSeek. You might have heard about it already. This model claims to deliver responses that compete OpenAI's GPT-4o. So I had to test it and see if it lives up to the hype. First, a quick overview. DeepSeek is an open source large language model designed to deliver state of the art reasoning and response capabilities. The buzz is that it competes directly with the GPT-4o in terms of performance across tasks like math, code, and reasoning. There are already several versions of DeepSeek available. DeepSeek-R1 is trained using reinforcement learning without supervised fine-tuning as an initial step, while DeepSeek-V3 leverages a massive mixture of experts model with over 671 billion parameters. But how do they perform in practice? Let's find out. To start, I tested DeepSeek-R1 directly from Hugging Face's chat interface. I asked a straightforward question. Write the formula to compute the cosine similarity between two vectors. Here is what happened. DeepSeek-R1 responded with something like, okay, so I need to remember the formula for cosine similarity. Let me think. It's a measure of how similar two vectors are based on the angle between them, so and so forth. Then it provided more text. Overall, the responses were correct. It eventually gave me the formula and provided explanations, but the response was, let's say, a little bit dramatic. I wasn't expecting the model to reflect on the question as though it were solving an existential problem. I mean, cosine similarity isn't that kind of topic that demands suspense. Next, I tested DeepSeek V3. Here is what stood out with DeepSeek V3. The equations were rendered in LaTeX, making them clear and easy to read. The dramatic reflections I saw in R1, it's gone. DeepSeek V3 was much more to the point, which I appreciated. DeepSeek V3 also highlights some major architectural upgrades, like multi-head latent attention and its mixture of experts design. These make it efficient despite having 671 billion parameters, with only 37 billion activated per token. So it's incredibly powerful but optimized for cost-effective training and inference. DeepSeek R1, yes, definitely it's innovative and shows strong reasoning capabilities, but the overly human-like approach can feel unnecessary for technical queries. I think DeepSeek R1 is the reason why people were very excited about the application they were using, because DeepSeek R1 was behaving like human beings. Now DeepSeek V3, this version feels more polished. It's direct, efficient, and comparable to GPT-4o in terms of quality. That said, GPT-4o still has the edge in consistency and being more aware of the context, specifically for simple technical tasks. I did not do a thorough comparison between DeepSeek and GPT-4o. My purpose was to test how DeepSeek performs just as a standalone application. Such open source models will shape the business around large language models in the coming few years. For researchers and enthusiasts with the right resources, these open source models are worth exploring. If you have tried DeepSeek or have thoughts about LLM in general, drop a comment below. I would love to hear your experiences.